What to do when the appraisal comes in lower than the sales price. This is Clay Salland with Signet Mortgage, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most frustrating parts of the mortgage process, a low appraisal when purchasing a home. It happens more often with a refinance, but it's a real issue with a purchase and can really disrupt a transaction. It's frustrating to make an offer on a house and have the appraisal come in lower than your offer. You may be wondering what you should do and can you even get a financing for a home if the appraisal comes in lower than what was offered? These are common questions in today's market. Before we talk about how you can keep the deal and still get your home loan, let's look at how a low appraisal happens in the first place. Home appraisals are a required part of the home buying and selling process when a mortgage is involved. The purpose is to engage an independent party to the transaction to establish the value of the home. The lender requires a home appraisal because they need to know that the home is worth what they are basing the home loan on. An appraiser assesses the market value of the home, so typically that's the price you have offered unless the data doesn't support it. Appraisals can help buyers know if they are paying too much for the home. In a hot market, buyers may push up the sales price of a home by offering more than the asking price. Maybe the recent closed comparables do not support the offer you've made. It can be very frustrating indeed, but let's say that you've found the house of your dreams and your offer was accepted. You've got an appraisal on the home and are surprised or maybe not surprised to find out that the appraisal has come in lower than the sales price. There are many factors that can affect a low appraisal, including recently inflated prices, softening market conditions, overpricing by the seller, the property is not well maintained, or foreclosures or short sales in the neighborhood. The market has an impact on home values. The appraiser will understand local influences that can have the largest impact on a property valuation. The appraisal and valuation of the home is largely out of your hands and fluctuating due to market fluctuation trends and outside influences. Let's go back to that. Let's look at what you can do when an appraisal does come in lower than the sales price. Most appraisals will come in at the asking price, but when they do come in low, you have some options. Renegotiate your offer. The first thing you can do is renegotiate your offer. Your offer typically includes an appraisal contingency that allows you to renegotiate your offer if the appraisal comes in lower. The seller may have priced the home too high and realize with the appraised value is really lower and meet the value of the appraisal. Maybe not. If they do not lower the sales price to meet the value of the appraisal, you need to look at your next steps. You can dispute a low home appraisal. You may consider having your lender dispute this. We'll do it all. We've done it several times. It's called a reconsideration of value. You need to realize and be realistic that winning a dispute isn't easy. You will need hard evidence to back your claim that the home is worth more. The evidence will come from other homes that are sold nearby. If you can find recent comparable home sales that sold for a higher price that weren't used in the appraisal, you might be able to successfully contest your appraisal. Your lender can help facilitate this process by providing new comp sales that were not used by the appraiser, but that are believed to be superior to the comps the appraiser used. If the appraiser agrees, then comps should be used. They'll revise the report and potentially revise the valuation. And then we're going to go to however, but I'm going to move it down. However, don't expect a new appraisal if you can't find comparable appraised value, if you can't find comparable properties that sold for the same price the home you're trying to buy. And honestly, our experience has been once a report has been issued, the appraiser will work hard to justify their reported value rather than truly consider different comps. So unless there's an outright error, a room count or something like that, then it's tough sledding. You can get a second appraisal if the lender allows it. However, it may not be enough to change the value. All home valuations are reviewed for accuracy and fairness by the rules set into place by the Home Valuation Code of Conduct. But if you feel strongly that a second appraisal is worth the investment, you'll need to ask the lender for the second appraisal. You may have to split or cover the cost. And if it's found that the original appraisal was indeed accurate, your lender may offer to cover the cost. You can bring money in to make up the difference. And that's applies if the seller will not lower the sales price to meet the appraised value and you cannot find comparable sales to support a higher price. You may need to make up the difference between the sales price and the appraised value by bringing in more money to the table, saving your deal. The lender will only provide a loan based on the value of the appraisal, so if you really, or the purchase price. So if you really want the home, you may need to be the one making up the difference. If you plan to put more than one thing, let's go back to that one. One thing, if you plan to put more than 20% down, this may work out. Say you plan to put 30% down and have a loan at 70% loan to value, but the appraisal comes in low. Without changing your purchase price, the loan will be based on the appraised value, and maybe your loan will now be 80% loan to value. That may have a little impact on the cost or interest rate on your loan, but you won't lose the house and your down payment in dollars remains the same. Bottom line is that receiving a low appraisal is never something that you want to experience during the process. A low appraisal can impact your offer, and it's important to know your options going in this market. Always work with an experienced mortgage professional like myself and an experienced real estate agent so you can work through this bump in the road and owning your own home. We'll make it happen for you. Thanks for watching. This is Clay Salland with Signet Mortgage. You can connect with me at www.signetmortgage.com, clay@signetmortgage.com, or my phone direct line is 925-807-1503. Talk to you soon. Let me know how I can be of help.